Yes, I'm picking Joshuavan and petryan to beat dominant champions. I'm doing it. I'm sorry. And I'm not going back on my picks. Come back to this video when it happens. I swear to God, I'm going to title this video some clickbaity ass shit. I don't care, but I do think we see a world where petryan and Joshuavan become 2 new champions in the same night. Yo, people in my DMs talking about, I'll fight you, dog. Alright, let me log it. Yo, what's going on, guys? This is Mantis, guys. I'm back with another video, guys. UFC 323 just took place maybe an hour ago, 30 minutes ago. Who gives a fuck? Guys, I'm here breaking down the card. What an electric end to the pay-per-view era in UFC history. But first of all, like and subscribe, guys. I'm about 2-3 subscribers away from 200 subscribers. Please like and subscribe. This is my immediate reaction to the card. I just streamed for like 7 hours. I've been up all day. It's like fucking 3 a.m. where I am. Who gives a fuck? Anyways, I'm breaking down the early prelims to the main card. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. This card delivered. It delivered. To end the pay-per-view era, to end pretty much the year, because it's the last pay-per-view of the year, to end the year off with a bang, it delivered. I mean, besides 1 or 2 fights, this card was so fun, so electric. Tons of finishes, tons of controversy. We got 2 new champions. I'm gonna break it all down, guys. Starting off the card, we have Muhammad Nama versus Marlon Santos. Guys, I'm gonna be honest with you, I didn't watch this fight. My camera was fucked up. I didn't stream it, but Marlon Santos wins. My pick was wrong. Who gives a fuck? Let's keep going, because we're not here. We're really not here for this fight. I picked Abdul Malik to win by KO. He won by submission. I didn't watch it. My camera was fucked up, but Anthony Tricoli's not good. We all know that. He's not good. Anyways, Abdul Malik is going to really climb the ranks in middleweight. I think we need some excitement out of middleweights. A guy like Abdul Malik can bring that excitement to the middleweight division. And this is a good win. I mean, Anthony Tricoli's not good, but still a win nonetheless. Let's move up the card. Like I said, guys, we're not really here for these fights. Although I will say, this early prelim card was absolutely crazy, because this fight legitimately, probably, in my opinion, low-key the best fight of all time. I don't care. This fight legitimately might be the best fight in the history of this sport ever. It lasted 1 minute and 29 seconds. It is the best fight in the history of the sport of all time. Period. It is the best 1 minute fight the sport's ever seen. Iwo versus Iwo, and I picked Iwo to win by KO, and I picked Iwo to win by KO in the first round. I didn't think it was going to be like that. I feel bad for UFC fans, and I feel bad for MMA fans that were not around, that were not watching this fight live. It lasted, it felt like 20 seconds. I know they said it was 1 minute 8 seconds. Well, who cares? I feel bad if you did not watch this fight live. I was out of my seat. I fucking almost threw my fucking ghetto Christmas tree. I almost broke my chair. This fight was so crazy. I can make a whole video on this fight. That's how crazy this fight was. It was 1 minute long. I can make a whole video on it, but you just have to go watch it. Like, there's not much for me to say. Iwo was probably knocked out twice. Ibo got knocked out like 4 times. Both fighters landed. Both fighters were stumbled. Both fighters were unconscious. It was absolutely madness. It was the best, honestly, the best fight I've ever seen in my entire life, and it lasted 57 seconds. That's how crazy this fight was. I picked Iwo to win by KO. Did I think it was gonna happen like that? No, I thought he was actually gonna be a little methodical. But wow, what an electric fight! I was on a high after this fight for like 4 fights. I like zoned out. I don't even remember the next couple fights. So I'm gonna break these fights down now, because this is my raw, unfiltered reaction post the card. But wow, this fight was so crazy. I just, like, if you saw it, you know how crazy of a fight it was. Like, it's hard to put into words how electric this 70 seconds of a fight was. It was crazy. I mean, both fighters were knocked out like multiple times. It was insane. So watch the fight. I picked Iwo by knockout in the first round, but wow, what a knockout in the first round. So moving up the card, we do have Edson versus Jalen Turner. I picked Jalen Turner by KO also. This fight, okay, Edson should not have been in there with Jalen Turner to begin with. He shouldn't have. I don't like. I get Edson's a veteran, but you can even tell by this picture right here. Like, look at his, like. Come on. I'm happy Jalen Turner's back, and I was saying this in my prediction video, in my build-up. It's like, if Jalen Turner decides that he's gonna be good one day, he's not unbeatable, but he's practically unbeatable. And Edson Barboza wasn't gonna do that. And Jalen Turner landed an elbow early. and cut him open. And then after that, it was pretty much over. I mean, Edson had blood in his eyes, couldn't really see. Jalen Turner was landing shots on the outside, landing jabs, kicks, and I think Jalen Turner just overpowered Edson Barboza. And Jalen Turner's back. I mean, I don't think anyone in the world really picked Edson Barboza unless you live in Brazil. But other than that, it's like, I mean, who really had Edson Barboza in this fight? Because I didn't. I'm just happy that Jalen Turner is back. I'm happy that Jalen Turner has decided, like, hey, listen, I'm a fighter. I'm going to fight. I'm going to go out there and try to kill the guy instead of, oh man, what do I do? Like, when Jalen Turner has that instinct that I'm gonna go out there and be a top 5 lightweight in the world, he's basically unbeatable. So he picks up a very devastating knockout against Edson Barboza. And like I said earlier in the video, like this early prelims were actually incredible. Like it was really fun. Lots of knockouts, lots of highlights, very fun finishes. But Jalen Turner is back. He picks up a good finish. And I honestly, like, I want to see Jalen Turner fight a top 15 guy off rip. Like, off rip. You know, let's skip the bullshit. We know what Jalen Turner is. Give him the 13th ranked guy, whoever that is. Let's just see what he can do. I mean, he's back. This is the second run. Skip the bluff. Throw him in there with the Wolves and the Sharks, and let's see what he can do. So, Jalen Turner picks up a very, very devastating knockout against Barboza. Does he retire? He probably has one more fight. He might wait until maybe a Brazil card early in the year, maybe like a February, March Brazil card. He might fight on that Oliveira, Max Holloway card, which I'll be making a video for in a couple days, breaking down that main event, because that main event in itself is crazy. But after that he retires because he kind of needs to. But shout out to Jalen Turner, he's back. But moving up the card, we do have Marvin Vettori versus Bruno Ferreira. Guys, listen, and I was saying this and I tweeted this live. I was like, this early prelim card has a chance to be the best set of fights in early prelim history, and then Marvin Vettori ruins it. Like, I'm not even mad at Marvin Vettori. That's the crazy part. It's just, we all know the type of fighter Marvin Vettori is. He wasn't going to get finished in this fight. Bruno Ferreira came into this fight fat and overweight and missed weight. And it's like, he hit Marvin Vettori with some shots, man. But time and time again, we've seen Marvin Vettori get hit with fucking nukes. And he just walks forward. So, Marvin Vettori, and I said this when I was live streaming, like, Marvin Vettori is probably the best, worst fighter in the history of the sport. Like, he's not bad. He has a solid understanding of MMA. It's just he's not good, really, ever, like, in any facet of the sport. Like, he's not good. It's just he has a granite chin, good cardio, and has some understanding of striking and grappling to the point where he became a top 13 lightweight, to the point where he fought Adesanya twice. Like, it's crazy because he's not good, but he's good at the same time. So, Bruno Ferreira picks up, like, a pretty, I don't want to say dominant win, but it was a pretty clear win. And I think, like, Marvin Vettori either retires or he just accepts that he's a gatekeeper. And also tweeted this too, like, I don't know if Marvin Vettori is trolling or anything, but he's so delusional. It's like he's raising his hand, all this stuff thinking he won. Clearly he didn't win, but whatever. Bruno Ferreira picks up a very clear win, and we can cut Marvin Vettori, if I'm being honest. We can cut. But anyways, moving up to the prelim card, we have Nazim Sadikov versus Fares Ziam. Guys, in my breakdown before this card happened, I was like, Nazim Sadikov versus Fares Ziam might be the highest level MMA fight on the card. And for the first round, it looked like it. Like, both guys were trying to feel each other out, pause, and trying to find the range. I said Fares Ziam might have an edge on the feet because he's longer and ranger, and that was very true. But both guys are so high level. I think we need to stop underestimating Fares Ziam. I think he's getting better. And it's weird because we see these long-ass shorts that Fares is wearing. These long-ass shorts, no tattoo, no nothing. He just looks like kind of a regular dude. But he's, like, beating dudes up and knocking dudes out and submitting dudes, like, regularly now. What is that, 7 fights in a row? I think we need to start taking him seriously. I think he could beat Beneil Dariush right now. I could probably beat Beneil Dariush, but he's really good. And that performance that he had against Nazim Sadikov was actually really impressive. Sadikov had no answers, really anywhere on the feet, especially not on the ground. And then those 2 elbows at the end of the round, I think when Sadikov thought he would survive, boom, 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 finishes in the fight. Investigate Justin Herzog, by the way, but, you know, that's a whole nother topic. But yeah, I mean, Fares Ziam picks up a very impressive win, actually, kind of a dominant win against Nazim Sadikov, and who knows where he goes from here. I mean, throw him a ranked fighter, why not? I mean, the lightweight division is always competitive, but now we have guys like Fares Ziam who we never thought would actually crack into the top 15, maybe the top 10, right? He's knocking on that door. So very impressive win from Fares Ziam. We move up the card and we look at Macy Barber versus Karina Silva. This was a no-brainer. I think the whole world had Macy Barber winning, right? Karina Silva's not bad, but Macy Barber's better. Really anywhere, everywhere. Really everywhere. Anyways, let's just move on because it's late. Whatever. Terrence McKinney versus Chris Duncan. Ooh wee. I had T-Rex. I did. I had T-Rex by KO in the first round. I was almost right. I mean, Terrence McKinney starts every fight like that, and I think every fighter now knows that when I fight Terrence McKinney, I have to survive kind of for 2 minutes. And that's what Chris Duncan did. He basically survived for 2 minutes. If Terrence McKinney switched camps and went to a gym that said, hey, Terrence, you heard him, take your time, find the shots, body, maybe a head kick, pick, jab, and find a finish, he'd probably be the best fighter. Not the best fighter, but he'd be a lot better, right? I don't know what it is. He gets overexcited. I don't know what it is, but Terrence McKinney has these opportunities where he goes into fights. Either he gets brutally finished, he finishes the guy in 20 seconds, or he almost gets to finish and then gets destroyed. I don't know what it is. I think it's a camp issue, but nonetheless, Chris Duncan picks up a very impressive submission win. Basically, that's what I said. He has to survive the storm. And in my breakdown, I said Chris Duncan has to survive the storm. And that's exactly what he did. He survived the storm and actually hurt Terrence McKinney too, and then picked up a submission win. Chris Duncan's actually really good. He's really, really good. I said that. I was like, if Chris Duncan can survive the first 2-3 minutes in my breakdown, he's going to win the fight by submission in the late first or early second round. That's exactly what he did. So, shout out to Chris Duncan. Like I said, this card, early prelims to prelims, was just absolutely slappers. This card delivered. And it was really fun to watch. Chris Duncan picks up a really good win. And who knows who they give him next. I mean, you can kind of, play around with Chris Duncan and see who we want him to fight next. But anyways, moving up the card, we do have Grant Dawson versus Manuel Torres. Guys, I was completely wrong with this pick. Manuel Torres is good. Grant Dawson is really good. But damn. Like damn. I don't know. Grant Dawson, I don't know if I'm ever going to put Grant Dawson in my parlays ever again when he faces a striker ever in my life. Grant Dawson low-key could fuck around and beat if Ilya Topuria didn't have any power in his hands, I might pick Grant Dawson to beat Ilya Topuria if Ilya Topuria didn't know how to box. On the ground, he's a wizard. It's just that chin, man. You could flip Grant Dawson and he get knocked out. So, I don't know. Shout out to Manuel Torres. Picks up a very good and impressive KO. Who's an elite striker. Manuel Torres is not just some dude on the feet. I mean, he's an elite striker. Grant Dawson had to have known that. It's just Grant Dawson is chinny. It's almost like Grant Dawson isn't really an MMA fighter. He's more just a pure grappler that trains MMA, if that makes sense. It's like he doesn't really prepare for anything else except for grappling. So then when he gets hit, he's like, oh shit. And then it messed up his whole game plan. So shout out to Manuel Torres. Picks up a very impressive win. We move up the card. I'm going the wrong way. I'm going the wrong way. Into the main card. Now, I'm going to slow down here because I know I kind of zoomed through those early prelims and those prelims, but that Ebo fight, I'm going to make a whole video. But anyways, Nabalovic versus Bogdan Guskov. This is weird. It was all over the place. I mean, let's look at some of these stats. We do have total, in real time, it felt like Jan Blachowicz was winning rounds 1 and 2. Looking back at the stats, it seems like Bogdan won's round maybe 1 and 2. I don't know. It was decision, majority decision for Bogdan. I'm not mad at it. It's just weird. I mean, Jan Blachowicz has had weird decisions like that. I mean, Jan Blachowicz arguably, and I'm not saying this as an Adesanya fan, but arguably, allegedly, beat Alex Pereira. Allegedly. So it's like these decisions where it's like majority decision, split decision, it's like it's tricky for Jan Blachowicz, and he's 41. Where's he go from here? Who knows? But Bogdan, he looked all right. He hurt Jan. Jan hurt him back. It was a weird fight, kind of a good fight in a weird way, but it was a weird fight. Bogdan picks up an interesting fight. Honestly, if I'm the UFC, running back, who cares, right? Running back. I mean, Bogdan Guskov picks up a decision win, and like I said, this is one of the one or two dull fights in the card. However, it was still a pretty good fight. But moving up the card, we do have Henry Cejudo versus Payne Talbot. Henry Cejudo's last fight in the UFC. Guys, look, like, first of all, we need to give our flowers to Henry Cejudo. We need to show respect to Henry Cejudo. I mean, this is a man that has basically done everything in mixed martial arts history, has accomplished everything. Like, won a gold medal, won a belt in the UFC, won 2 belts in the UFC, 2 different weight classes, defended, like, he has accomplished everything. Obviously in this fight, he got fucked up. Let's just start there. Henry Cejudo got fucked up in this fight. But if you erase this fight and erase some other couple losses, Henry Cejudo, Prime Cejudo, needs to get his flowers. He is one of the most accomplished and one of the most decorated, not just UFC fighters, but mixed martial artists ever, period. And I really fear, and I said this in my stream, like, I really hope in 5 to 10 years he's not one of those MMA fighters that, like, kind of gets forgotten. I really hope it's not the case where you look back at him, oh, Harrison wasn't really good, he lost to this guy, or he didn't really beat this guy, he won by decision. But, like, you look back at his career and how dominant and how good he actually was. I hope people recognize how good he was as time passes, because Henry Cejudo is one of those fighters that is that good, right? So obviously in this fight, Payne Talbot picks up a win. Payne Talbot's good. I just think he's hittable and he's beatable. Obviously, Ronnie Barcelos beat him, but he's still young. He's still time to improve and work on his ground game. And I think he still needs to work on his striking a little bit, so on the striking defense. I think a really good striker on the feet, even like a Coruscant, might give Payne Talbot a couple problems. But Payne Talbot's good. I mean, he hurts Henry. He did a lot of damage to Henry, and Henry didn't look bad. Honestly, he didn't look bad. He's old, and this is a retirement fight. So Henry Cejudo goes over to the sunset, one of the best MMA fighters in UFC history. But Payne Talbot picks up a big win, and now he's a top 10 ranked bantamweight, which is kind of crazy to allow, because just it seemed like 6 months ago, Payne Talbot was losing to Ronnie Barcelos, who is putting on a really impressive run, which is crazy. But Payne Talbot is now a top 10 ranked flyweight or bantamweight, and we'll see where he goes from here. I mean, fuck it, give Payne Talbot Coruscant again. Fuck it, you see the shirt, so you know how I got in that fight, but. We'll see. Anyways, moving up the card, we do have Brandon Murray versus Tatsuro Taira. Ooh wee. There's really not much else to say. Tatsuro Taira picks up the biggest win of his life, obviously. Brandon Moreno, one of the most difficult losses to process if you're him, but fuck. I mean, he was getting up. Granted, like, whatever. Let's just move. So, Joshuavan is the new flyweight champion of the world. Let me say it again for the people that doubted me and for the people in the back. Joshuavan is the new flyweight champion of the world. Let me say it again for the people that doubted me, for the people in the back. Again, Joshuavan is the new reigning, defending flyweight champion of the world. Now, I'm not going to be that guy. I'm not going to come into this video talking shit. Next fight, I'll talk shit. But I'm not going to come into this video saying, no, I told you so. I picked Joshuavan. I picked petryan, this, that, and the third, which I did, right? Clearly, I'm not stupid. Joshuavan did not beat Alexandre Pantoja. Clear as day, right? But like I said, Joshuavan is the new reigning, defending, I don't think you guys heard me. Reigning, defending flyweight champion of the world. Hello? You guys heard me? Okay, I didn't know if you guys. I think my mic is not even. Like, there's really not much to say about this fight. This fight lasted 3 seconds. What is really interesting, though, what we really got to talk about, is how long Pantoja is going to be out for. Because is it a clean break? Is it a dislocation? Is it a fracture? That gets very tricky. Pantoja's not particularly young. Joshuavan is very, very young, right? So it's like, obviously Joshuavan's a champion, and obviously you want to run that fight back as quickly as possible. But if Pantoja's out for 12 to 18 months, you make Joshuavan versus Tatsuro Taira, and then whoever wins that faces Pantoja. But how long is Pantoja going to be out? That's what it comes down to. So I mean, I was right, but like shit. I mean, I didn't think I would be right like that. But I'm still gonna talk shit. I've still been talking shit all night because I'm like that. But anyway, moving up the well, before we move on, it's just like I told you. But anyways, we're gonna move up the card. We're going to break down Merab versus petryan. I told y'all. I told y'all. And I'm not gonna rub it in too much. I'm not gonna say too much because it's late. I don't want to wake the neighbors up, but I'm gonna calmly and respectfully tell y'all that I told y'all, and y'all can suck my fucking. I told y'all. Wait, what does it say? Wait, oh, it says. Oh, I thought that. Okay, no, I thought. Oh, I got confused. Um, you know what's crazy? I think I might put my most recent video right here. Maybe like right there, like above my head and shit. Because I told y'all, andnew ×2. And I'm gonna break down this fight in detail. I'm gonna make a whole video for it right after I finish this video. But I told y'all. I really don't have much to say. I mean, if you saw my TikToks, you saw my clips, you saw my videos, my breakdowns, predictions, I told y'all. And I've been talking my shit for the last like 3 hours because I told y'all. Petryan, a healthy Petryan beats Merab Dvalishvili 9 times out of 10. Simple. He is the best matchup for Merab. Merab shot like 40,000 takedowns in the first fight, landed like 2. And only one because Petryan was hurt. And it's not an excuse, but it's genuinely true. We see what happened in this fight. A healthy Petryan not only has the pace, but has the power and takedown defense to outstrike, outland, outdamage, and outscramble a Merab. And Merab after his fight was like, oh, guys, you know, I didn't want this fight to be boring. And that's an excuse, Merab. But just a couple days ago in the press conference, you said no excuses, right? That's what you were saying, right? You said no excuses, right? Nah, I don't want it to be boring. I want it to strike. That's an excuse. You got beat, accepted. Stop making excuses. You got fucking beat. Period. You got beat by the better man. And Petryan is the new bantamweight champion of the world again. Order has been restored, and I wanted him to knock Merab out so bad. He could have, but he was patient. He knew if he overshot, overswung, he might get taken down, exert energy. He was patient, but I'm so happy the world order is restored, not only just in the bantamweight division, but in the UFC. Merab losing, thank God, because like I said, I made a whole clip about it. Merab is not good. You cannot tell me you watch that fight and think to yourself, man, yeah, Merab is really, really skilled on the feet. Oh yeah, Merab, you know, he's really a skilled grappler. Oh yeah, Merab, he just has cardio in the chin. That's it. That's it. He's not good. He's not good. And I've been trying to tell people this. Merab is not good. If you can look at Merab and look at Petryan and say Merab is good, that's insane. Like, the thing is, Petryan actually is good. He's actually skilled. He actually has talent. And he actually has worked on his game. He actually has a level of striking that's actually, like, fun to watch. And even grappling, that's fun to watch. Merab is not good, bro. He's not good. He just relies on cardio and his chin. And it's fucking stupid. I'm so happy that he lost. All right, sorry. I'm being a little toxic. But it's just like, bro, people trying to tell me Merab's the GOAT and Merab's this, Merab's that. And I'm like, dude, are you guys crazy? He's not good. He's not good. Everyone that has fought Merab was not prepared for the level of stupidity that he's going to bring into the fight. Merab is going to walk forward, eat a couple shots, adjust his jaw, and then shoot 45 takedowns, control you for about 48 seconds, and win a round like that. That's not that's not fighting. It's not. So I'm gonna make a whole video about this because it's crazy what the takes I'm hearing that Merab's the GOAT and Merab is good and he's very skilled. Anyways, guys, I'm very happy that Petryan won. Thank God, bro. Thank God. But that is my breakdown of UFC 323. I'm going to make a breakdown about this fight in the co-main event in a separate video, and also some breaking down some fights in the future in the Paramount Plus card. But they just announced some crazy fights for Paramount Plus going into the future. But anyways, guys, listen, like and subscribe. Like I said, you guys are absolutely amazing. I got a little emotional on my stream just because you guys, the support has been so incredible. You guys are the absolute best. I will see you guys very soon, and peace.